My name is Joseph Walters from Mitchellville, Maryland. Graduated Hampton University 2005 as a broadcast journalism major, second class out of Scripps Howard.
Cool. All right. And where you at now?
Currently, I live in Virginia Beach, and I own a production company, and I also run a television network, HB1 Network.
Cool. All right. Tell us a little bit about your network and what's going on with that.
Well, basically, I had a concept one day to start something specifically for HBCUs, and it all stemmed from sports. Like, there's a lack of sports that show the greatness of HBCUs and just black athletes that don't normally get a lot of shine because they didn't go to a large school like Ohio State or Virginia Tech or something like that. So everyone's heard of ACC Network, everyone's heard of the SEC Network, and I decided, you know what, let's just do something specifically for not just the MEAC, the SWAC, the SAIC, or the CIAA. Let's do something that all the colleges can be a part of, and that was kind of how that idea was started. Thinking about it a little bit more, there's a lot more to HBCUs than just athletics. There's culture, there's history, there's swag, you know what I'm saying? HBCUs have fashion. There's just a lot of different topics and a lot of different cultural aspects that we can touch on as a network. So that's why we decided to go ahead and start touching on those first, and then move on over to sports.
Cool. All right. So let's talk about why you decided to go to HBCU.
Okay. So I decided to go to a HBCU. It was strictly based off of my elementary school librarian, Miss Montgomery. Well, her name was Pickett, but it's now Montgomery, and she went to Hampton. And my mom was her mentor, so you know she got close with the family. And when I think I was in the 4th or the 5th grade, she said, you know what, when you grow up, I'm gonna take you to a homecoming at Hampton. Man, so I want to say I might have been 12, 13 years old when we actually did go to homecoming, and it changed my life, changed my entire life. I stepped on campus, and all I saw was a sea of black folks. Everybody's like showing love. The women were beautiful, you know. The campus is beautiful. Everybody was just nice, man. And from that day forward, I said, you know what? When I'm able to go to college, I'm going to Hampton, no question about it. And honestly, this was the only school that I applied to.
Really?
Like,
okay.
My parents took me to Morgan State because they were having an open house. I got accepted on the spot. They gave me like $4,000 and said, "This is gonna be your dorm." No, it's not. That is not my dorm. Broke down. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, they gave me money to go there, but I still said, yeah, no, I'm going to Hampton. I want to go to Hampton. So my parents obliged me. They made it happen. Came here for pre-college, and yeah, man, I loved it ever since.
Cool. All right. So you coming into Hampton a year before me and Sean. Let's just talk about your experiences with New Face as undergrad.
My experience before you all arrived, it was kind of different because I was in a band. I was on the drum line.
Right.
So my free time, if you will, was kind of limited. We were always either at practice or away at games. And then once that time came up, it was in the books. For the times that I was able to go out and party and hang out with the homies, it was a good time. We had the Norva guys. They were doing their thing and their parties were always hot. Fast forward to once you and Sean come in, New Face starts up. You all start throwing your events. It's like, who are these New Face guys? Let me see what these young cats are about. And so from the first party that I went to with New Face to the last party I went to with New Face, all the events that I ever went to were just over the top, extravagant, fun.
Yeah. You're a brother of Phi Beta Sigma, Fraternity Incorporated. So just talk about why you decided to be Greek and what that has done for you in the present day.
Word, okay. My decision to join a Greek organization was a little different than what a lot of people's might be. So first off, my grandfather's an Alpha, right? When I came to this campus, the very first person that I met, when I came to this campus as a student, the very first person I met was a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. She took me under her wing, and that was all I knew. So being surrounded by the blue and white family once I got here, and then going back and my grandfather asking me like, yeah, so how the Alphas doing? Like, they cool, but I don't really hang out with them. Like, I'm with the Sigmas and the Zetas. You doing what? Oh, okay. All right, well, I mean, college is good though. All he was really concerned about was my grades, whether or not my experience was, you know, I was having a good time, and doing what I was supposed to be doing. And because the very first person that I met was blue and white, and I was surrounded by nothing but blue and white, they treated me like a younger brother, honestly. From the time that I had an unfortunate incident at a party, to, you know, making sure I got homework, making sure I got rides back and forth to campus when I was off campus. Like, they legit treated me like I was a part of something a lot bigger than an organization. And so that was kind of the spark that led me to becoming a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. And since then, I mean, it's just opened a bunch of doors, from, you know, building bonds of brotherhood with the members that were here, that were part of the Beta Gamma chapter, all the way to, you know, establishing relationships in other countries. It's just been one opportunity after the other that has kind of arisen from being a part of such a prestigious organization. Cool. Yeah, when Yancey first called me and told me about the New Face documentary, and, you know, was asking for my expertise, I mean, first off, I'm honored, because anytime someone thinks enough of me to ask me for my assistance, I mean, it's just a great honor, you know. But secondly, when he was telling me about what he wanted to do, and kind of telling the story of New Face, I thought that was an exceptional idea. Honestly, I have friends at a lot of different HBCUs, and I don't know any of them that have any type of event planning company that has withstood the test of time from 2001 all the way up to 2018 and has done as much as they have done. So for him to have the wherewithal to document this starting in 2006 or 7, yep, I believe,
right,
that was pure genius. You know, for him to be able to have access to that footage from when they were starting doing parties on campus, and, you know, helping students with scholarships and implementing all these different programs all the way up until now. I was like, man, listen, I think you got a golden nugget on your hands, and this is going to be a dope project.
If, let's say you go back home, or even in Virginia Beach, mm-hmm, and as you know, this documentary is for high school students. So, like, we're talking about the high school state of mind right now, and they're trying to think about going to college. What message would you want to send to that high school student as far as motivating them or trying to convince them as you were convinced when you were in high school?
Let's see, if I had to give any high schooler advice on attending college at this particular moment, I would tell them to do a little research, but not only do research on their own, to be able to have a mentor that can take them to colleges. Be involved in different groups that go on college tours, and make sure that your guidance counselors are not just recommending this set of schools. You know, a lot of places I've seen and I've heard guidance counselors that will push kids to go to, you know, let's say they want to go to, I don't know, Virginia Tech or Old Dominion. Not saying anything is wrong with Old Dominion. What's another school? University of Maryland, something like that. But they won't push going to an HBCU. I found that African American counselors, they might mention an HBCU here or there, unless they actually went to one. Then it's all HBCU.
Right.
You know? But yeah, I would definitely tell them to make sure that they get involved with groups that go on tours. You know, try to get a mentor that, you know, is involved with their college or university, and to just keep their options open for their educational experience.
Cool. All right. Cool. Thank you very much for your time, sir. It's always been a pleasure. What's going on? This is Yancey, author and producer of the This Is Why series. Make sure you go now and subscribe to my website, www.newfacemanagement.org. This is why you go to college.
This is why you go to college.
Hey yo, this is why you go to college. New Face Entertainment. Always paid my bills.
This is why you go to college.
New Face Entertainment. New Face. New Face.
This is why you go to college.
This is why you go to college.
This is why you go to college.